Okay, real simple. This tomato sauce is not one where you're going to add 100 different spices and it's going to be the best thing you ever tasted because of all the spices you've added to it. It is going to be the best tomato sauce you've ever tasted because it's a subtractive method. We are not going to be adding all these things to it. We are going to be subtracting one important thing, and that is the acid. As we cook this, all the acid will be absorbed into a half of onion, and then the onion will be tossed. And that's it. There is no salt, there is no pepper, there is no oregano and garlic and onion. Nothing goes in this sauce. It is what is inherently there with the tomato itself. That's what makes this sauce so good. You can always use this as a starting point for another type of sauce, lasagna base or whatever you want to make. But start here. Start with the perfect tomato sauce and then work up. So, all right, so here we have gnocchi, plum tomatoes or Roma tomatoes will work. These are canned, so this is simpler. They're all going to be about the same ripeness. We have butter and an onion. We're only going to use half of this, but we're going to slice it just past the halfway point so it holds together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the root end attached. Okay. I'm going to cut off of the stem end, and instead of cutting it directly in half, I'm going to cut it slightly off over just over the hump, basically. All right, we're going to peel this down. I do not want to cut into this portion at all. I want this to remain whole. I'm just going to clean this up just a hair, but I'm not going to break the structure here. I'm just going to get that dirty end off. That is good enough for me. Okay. So that's what we're stuck with. That's what we're starting with. Okay. It's just over the halfway point. So it starts back in, so it starts tightening up again. And that we're going to put in our pot. We're going to cook it all the way through. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take our canned tomatoes, we're going to empty them off in here, just dump them in. But now, with my impeccably clean hands, I'm going to smash tomatoes by hand to squeeze them. And I'm making a bit of a mess. I'm not looking for a full sauce, so I don't want to put these in a blender. You could use an immersion blender, but don't blend it all the way. You could use a potato masher, which I did not have. All right, now I'm just going to use one hand because I already have two. That's what I'm looking for. Just run it through your fingers, give it a smash. And break up the bigger parts. As it cooks, it'll do this as well, but this just gives you a head start. All right. We're going to take our onion, put it right in the center. half a stick of butter. And we're going to cook that until the onion is completely cooked all the way through. Now, the madness behind this is that the onion is going to absorb, as it cooks, it's going to absorb all of the acid, and what is left is a sweet tomato sauce that doesn't need salt and pepper and onion and all these other ingredients. It is just perfection. Now, I have tried this with olive oil. It does not work. There's something about the combination of the tomato and the butter that works perfectly. So we'll let this cook, and then we'll be back in half an hour to an hour. Long way to go. I've got this on a medium boil, medium low. I'm just letting it go. All right, now I've been cooking this for about 2.5 to 3 hours, and the onion is just starting to get soft. It's starting to cook all the way through finally. So if I want taste, completely different from where we started. I've been tasting this as I've been going. So over the past 3 hours, I've tasted it from the very beginning to this point now. And it's soft. And I'll go ahead and pull this out. Right in that can, toss it in the trash. Now this over linguine or gnocchi is sublime. So I've got some water boiling, and I'll come back to this and serve it up. All right. That's really going now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and please. You can garnish this with a little bit of Parmesan and a little bit of fresh basil, but try it without salt, pepper. Don't put any oregano in it. Just try it like this first. You can always make adaptations and make it your own later, but this is sort of your blank canvas starting point. So good. Be right back. All right. See, the method to my madness is if I hand off half of what I make, it'll be better. Because I could be a much bigger man. The taste of the tomatoes is there, but it's not covered up. The sweetness is there, It's not cloying. Like sugar or any other type of sweetener, you would notice it. It's over top of the tomato. But removing the acid is completely transformed. Now, I have been told that the same removing the acid trick can be accomplished with a carrot. And it does the same thing. Yeah, this is just perfection. Every time I make this, I am just blown away. That something this simple could be this perfect. So, anyway, give it a try. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you could, please like and subscribe. Or share or do whatever, But, yeah. Hasta. Equation that you have to solve to finish the painting, to bring it back into balance. But the same thing's for sauces. A lot of times you may add a little bit of vinegar, then you need a little bit of wine to counter, then you need, with tomato sauce, people add sugar. And that's just, for me, that's just wrong. Sugar is not something you should ever add to tomato sauce. If you do this technique correctly, you'll never add sugar again to your sauces. So it should be good. You can always improvise off of this later. So if you want to make a marinara sauce, if you want to make a pasta sauce that's a little bit more spice heavy, you can, but start from this point as opposed to the acidic sauce that normal people start with. It's much better, and you'll never add sugar to your sauce again. So, anyway, that's it. Hasta.